The rhythmic tap-tap-tap of Aaron Johnson's fingers on the calculator keys was the soundtrack to her life. In the quiet solitude of her small home office, the glow of the monitor illuminated her determined face. As a single mother, every minute counted. A quick glance at the clock reminded her, 30 minutes until Noah's school pickup. "Mom, aren't you done yet?" 10-year-old Noah's voice, a mirror of his father's in its gentle tone, broke the concentration. His bright brown hair and wide blue eyes, so like the man who was no longer in their lives, peeked around the doorframe. Aaron smiled, a warm, reassuring gesture that belied the weariness she sometimes felt. She reached for her coffee mug, the lukewarm liquid of familiar comfort. "Almost done, sweetie. Did you finish your homework?" Noah nodded, holding up a crumpled paper. "Solved all the math problems, but history has me stumped." Aaron's heart swelled with pride. Noah was her rock, her reason. She had built this life for them, juggling work as a dedicated accountant at a local firm with the constant demands of single motherhood. Since her father's sudden passing 5 years ago, the weight on her shoulders had increased, but she carried it without complaint. "Just 10 more minutes, okay? Then we'll conquer history together." The shrill ring of the phone shattered the peaceful moment. Aaron sighed. It was her mother, Vivian. "Listen, Aaron, we need to talk about tomorrow's dinner party." Vivian's voice was sharp, laced with its usual air of command. "Amanda is bringing her fiancé. You will be coming, won't you?" Aaron's brow furrowed. Amanda. The golden child. Beautiful, popular, the apple of Vivian's eye. Aaron had always been the practical one, the boring daughter in their mother's estimation. "Of course, Mom. Noah and I will be there." A sigh echoed on the other end of the line. "Well, I suppose that's fine, but make sure he behaves himself. Don't let him ruin Amanda's special day." Aaron bit back a sharp retort. Noah was a well-behaved child. The problem, as always, lay with her mother and sister. "Don't worry." "So, what does Amanda's fiancé do?" Vivian's tone shifted, brimming with excitement. "Michael Foster. He's an investment banker from a very wealthy family." Pride dripped from her voice. "He's perfect for Amanda. Harvard graduate, cultured, sociable." Aaron rolled her eyes internally, the familiar litany of her mother's superficial values grating on her nerves. Appearances, social status, that's all that ever mattered to Vivian. The next day, a knot of apprehension tightened in Aaron's stomach as she and Noah stood before Vivian's opulent suburban home. Taking a deep breath, she gave Noah's shoulder a reassuring squeeze. "It's okay, Mom," Noah said, his innocent eyes reflecting a wisdom beyond his years. "I know Grandma and Aunt Amanda don't like us very much." Aaron's heart ached at his perceptiveness. Children saw more than adults gave them credit for. As she opened the door, the sound of Amanda's high-pitched laughter spilled from the living room. Her sister, resplendent in an elegant cocktail dress, held a wine glass and chatted animatedly with an unfamiliar man. "Aaron, Noah, you finally made it." Vivian greeted them with a smile that didn't quite reach her cold eyes. "Amanda, Aaron, and Noah are here," she announced, her tone suggesting their arrival was a minor disruption. Amanda turned, a practiced smile gracing her lips, though her eyes remained distant. "Aaron, so glad you could make it. This is my fiancé, Michael Foster." Michael rose to greet them. Tall with kind eyes framed by dark brown hair, his face sparked a flicker of recognition in Aaron's memory. A fleeting image she couldn't quite place. "Nice to meet you, Aaron," Michael said, his voice quiet and warm. "Amanda has told me so much about you." He extended his hand, his grip gentle yet firm. "Nice to meet you too," Aaron replied. "And this is my son, Noah." Michael's smile widened as he looked directly at Noah. "Hello, Noah. It's a pleasure to meet you. What grade are you in?" "5th grade," Noah answered, a hint of nervousness in his voice. "That's a wonderful age. When I was in 5th grade, I built a model of the solar system for the science fair. Michael's tone was genuine, devoid of any condescension. Amanda cleared her throat pointedly. Michael, darling, could you pour me some more wine? Her tone implied his attention should be solely on her. Erin had a good first impression of Michael. He seemed thoughtful and kind, a stark contrast to Amanda's demanding personality. It was surprising they were engaged. Dinner was a monologue of wedding preparations, with Vivian and Amanda gushing over the dress, the venue, the caterer. Erin's opinions were never sought, not even a casual glance her way. She felt like a ghost at their brightly lit table. "Erin, you don't need to worry about the dress since you're not a bridesmaid," Amanda said abruptly, her tone dismissive. Erin looked up, a flicker of hurt in her eyes. "I'm not a bridesmaid." "Well, we haven't been very close for a long time, have we?" Amanda's voice dripped with false sympathy, a performance for Michael and Vivian's benefit. "Besides, you must be so busy being a single mother, with work and everything." Vivian nodded in agreement, her gaze cool. "That's right, Erin. We wouldn't want to burden you." A familiar pang of pain shot through Erin's chest, a dull ache she had grown accustomed to. She kept her expression neutral, a practiced mask of indifference. Rejection from her family was an old, familiar garment. Noah's small hand found hers under the table, a silent offering of comfort. Only Michael wore an uncomfortable expression, his brow slightly furrowed. He cleared his throat and quietly interjected, "But isn't family participation important? I think Erin and Noah should be part of this special day." Amanda turned to her fiancé, a surprised look on her face, as if he had spoken in a foreign language. "Of course they're invited. It's just that the bridesmaids are already set with my closest friends." Her explanation sounded hollow, an afterthought. Erin sent Michael a grateful smile, a genuine expression of appreciation for his unexpected support. He seemed to be a decent person, a small island of kindness in a sea of indifference. After dinner, while Erin efficiently stacked plates in the kitchen, Michael appeared in the doorway. "Can I help?" he offered, his quiet presence a stark contrast to the earlier superficiality. "It's fine, I'm used to it," Erin replied, her tone matter-of-fact, devoid of self-pity. "Amanda and Mom expect me to fill the practical role." Michael watched her silently for a moment, his gaze thoughtful. "You're different from what Amanda told me," he said quietly, his words hanging in the air. "What do you mean?" Erin asked, pausing her task. "Nothing," Michael smiled faintly, a hint of mystery in his eyes. "I just hope we'll have more chances to talk with you and Noah." As he left, a strange feeling washed over Erin, a sense of déjà vu. Michael's face flickered in her memory, a fleeting image she couldn't quite grasp. She must have met him somewhere, but the details remained elusive. In the car on the way home, Noah suddenly said, "Michael seems like a nice person. I wonder why he's marrying someone like Aunt Amanda." Erin couldn't help but chuckle, a genuine sound that eased some of the tension she had been carrying. "Noah, you shouldn't say things like that." But deep down, she shared her son's silent question. As the wedding preparations progressed, Erin felt increasingly like an outsider. Amanda and Vivian shared no details, sought no opinions. She was a peripheral figure, looking in on a world that was supposedly her own family. Yet, she quietly handled the behind-the-scenes tasks, addressing invitations, coordinating with the venue, fine-tuning seating charts, her meticulousness as an accountant proving invaluable. It was a silent act of service, unseen and unacknowledged. "You're helping again?" Michael stood beside Erin one day as she worked on a spreadsheet. "Amanda seems too busy for these practical matters," Erin replied with a shrug, her tone devoid of resentment. "Don't worry about it. I'm good at this kind of thing." Michael observed her, his gaze steady. "You know, you seem familiar somehow." Erin stopped, a sense of shared recognition in her eyes. "I've been feeling the same way, but I can't quite place it." At that moment, Noah burst into the room. "Mom, Michael, I finished my homework." Michael's attention shifted instantly. "What kind of homework was it?" "A history project. I researched the Roman Empire," Noah answered proudly, holding up a colorful poster board. "Really? I love history too." Michael sat beside Noah, genuinely interested, asking insightful questions. A warm feeling spread in Aaron's chest. Michael's genuine interest in Noah was a welcome change. A week before the wedding, Michael called. "Aaron, I want to talk to you about something. I want you to be the maid of honor." Aaron was speechless. "But Amanda didn't even choose me as a bridesmaid." "I asked her myself. Family is important, especially on days like a wedding." There was a quiet determination in Michael's voice. Amanda eventually agreed. Aaron felt conflicted, but also grateful for Michael's gesture. The next day, Vivian called, furious. "Amanda is crying. Why did you ask Michael for such a thing?" "I didn't, Mom. Michael suggested it himself," Aaron replied calmly. "I can't believe this. You always try to ruin Amanda's life. This is her special day." Aaron took a deep breath. "I want Amanda to be happy. If she doesn't want me as maid of honor, I'll decline." "You can't decline now. Michael has already decided." Vivian sighed. "Just don't stand out too much. This is Amanda's day." On the wedding day, Aaron arrived at the church early with Noah, wearing a modest sky blue dress. "Mom, you look beautiful," Noah smiled, his innocent compliment a balm to her anxious heart. In the preparation room, Amanda, surrounded by bridesmaids in an extravagant gown, barely acknowledged Aaron's presence. "Well, Aaron," Vivian said, her gaze sweeping over Aaron's dress. "That dress is, well, it's just like you." The ceremony proceeded solemnly. Aaron stood behind Amanda, a polite smile on her face as she watched Michael's kind expression. The reception began. Aaron sat with Noah, observing the festivities from a distance. Soon, it was time for speeches. Amanda took the microphone, her smile suddenly twisting into something malicious as she looked at Aaron. "Everyone, thank you for coming," Amanda began sweetly. "This is my sister Erin, a single mother who has lived without being loved by anyone." An uncomfortable laughter rippled through the room. "Anyone want to take her in?" "Just kidding," Amanda said with a forced laugh. Vivian then took the microphone, a predatory gleam in her eyes. "Our eldest daughter is always so serious and boring. She's second-hand goods, but still usable. Comes with a defective son this time." Laughter erupted. Erin froze, humiliation washing over her. Tears welled up in Noah's eyes. "Mom, let's go," he whispered, trembling. Erin stood, taking Noah's hand. But then, she saw Michael slowly rising from his chair, his face red, his jaw clenched. The venue fell silent. Michael walked to the microphone, his eyes meeting Erin's, a look of profound apology passing between them. The room was deadly quiet. "Ladies and gentlemen," Michael began, his voice low but carrying, "today has become a day when I make the most important decision of my life. However, it is not the decision you might think." Amanda's smile vanished, replaced by confusion. Vivian stood frozen. "First, let me say a word about that speech. Those words directed at Erin and Noah were cruel and thoughtless. I cannot share such values." Amanda started to protest, but Michael raised his hand. "Actually, there's something I want everyone to know. Erin and I have not met for the first time." Erin looked up, a jolt of recognition sparking within her. 10 years ago, When my sister Caroline was fighting leukemia, Aaron was a volunteer at the hospital. Michael's voice trembled. I was 22, lost in grief. I was saved by the kindness and strength of Aaron, who was 25. During Caroline's last months, Aaron supported her and our family with unwavering compassion. Tears streamed down Aaron's face. Caroline Foster, of course. Even after Caroline passed away, Aaron continued to care, Michael continued, his voice thick with emotion. 3 years ago, I met Amanda. I was attracted to her brightness. I didn't learn she was Aaron's sister until later. Michael's eyes turned to Amanda, filled with disappointment. The stories I heard about Aaron were filled with prejudice. After our engagement, I saw Amanda's true nature. I was shocked when I saw Noah. He was the little boy who visited Caroline. Aaron gazed at Noah, remembering those hospital visits. 10 years ago, Noah was just 5, but he made my sister smile, Michael said softly. When I learned he was Aaron's son, I felt it was destiny. During our engagement, I had doubts about Amanda and Vivian's attitude toward Aaron and Noah. Today's speech shattered that hope. Michael slowly removed his wedding ring. Today, I'm canceling this marriage. 10 years ago, Caroline's last words were that real family respects each other. Amanda and Vivian, you are living contrary to that. Amanda screamed. This is a joke, right, Michael? This is no joke, Michael said firmly. He walked to Aaron and Noah. I've been searching for a long time for the kind soul I met at that hospital. Let's leave together. Aaron took Michael's hand, tears streaming down her face. Noah grasped Michael's other hand. Wait. Vivian shouted. Do you know how much this wedding cost? I will cover all expenses, Michael replied. As they left, Michael bowed his head to the priest. I'm sorry for the disturbance. Outside, Erin felt like she could breathe freely. I can't believe it, she whispered. You really don't remember Caroline? Michael asked gently. Erin closed her eyes. I can't forget her smile. But honestly, I didn't remember much about you back then. I always remembered you, Michael said quietly. After my sister passed, I tried to find you. Noah looked up. What are we going to do now? How about a quiet meal, just the 3 of us? Michael suggested. Erin smiled, a genuine smile. In her heart, a door was slowly opening. As Michael's car pulled away, Amanda's desperate screams echoed. Michael, come back. Are you okay? Michael asked Erin. I don't know, Erin answered honestly. But I want to leave this place with Noah. Noah was quiet, traces of tears in his eyes. Mom, are you okay? I'm fine, Noah. We're together. Michael parked at a small coastal restaurant. They sat in silence, the weight of recent events heavy in the air. I'm sorry, Michael broke the silence. Erin shook her head. You have nothing to apologize for. Thank you for protecting us. Especially Noah. I know what Grandma and Aunt Amanda said isn't true, Noah said, trying to sound strong. Michael placed his hand on Noah's shoulder. You're a special child, Noah. Caroline called you her little sunshine. Noah's face brightened. Really? Yes, Erin affirmed. Caroline's face always lit up when you came. Their food arrived. Erin ate with a sense of security she hadn't felt in a long time. Michael, Erin asked hesitantly, why did you get engaged to Amanda? Did you really love her? Michael thought for a moment. At first, I was attracted to her brightness. After losing Caroline, my world was dark. Amanda was full of energy. And when I learned she was your sister, I felt something like fate. But as time passed, I realized Amanda's brightness was superficial. She lacked compassion. Yet you still planned to marry her? Erin asked. Michael shrugged. I believed people could change. And honestly, It was difficult to change a decision once made. But today, seeing you and Noah treated that way, I couldn't ignore it anymore. His phone rang. Amanda's name flashed on the screen. He answered reluctantly. Amanda's shouting voice filled the air. Michael responded calmly. Amanda, I've made my decision. Let's talk through lawyers tomorrow. Don't contact me again tonight. He hung up. Sorry, Michael said. Erin shook her head. Don't apologize. This situation is complicated. Where are we now? Noah asked. Well, Noah, Michael smiled, maybe at the beginning of a new path. After dinner, Michael drove Erin and Noah home. Thank you for everything today, Erin said quietly. Thank you too, Michael replied. Can I see you again tomorrow? The three of us. Yes, of course. Mom, can Michael come in? He said he'll tell me all about Caroline, Noah piped up. Michael laughed. Of course, Noah. Erin watched Michael return to his car, a warmth spreading through her heart. Back in the apartment, the answering machine blinked with angry messages from Vivian. Erin sighed and deleted them. Noah, take a bath. You have school tomorrow. Mom, Noah asked earnestly, do you like Michael? I don't know him well yet, Noah, but he seems like a good person. I like him, Noah said. He's Caroline's brother, and he protected us. And he was watching your smile. Erin stroked her son's head. That night, Erin looked out the window, a mixture of confusion and hope in her heart. A message from Michael arrived. Did you get home safely? Is Noah okay? Erin smiled as she replied. A reply came quickly. Good night, Erin. How about coffee after you drop Noah off at school tomorrow? Erin's heart fluttered. Yes, that would be nice. Good night, Michael. Everything was unfolding rapidly, but a sense of wholeness began to fill her heart. 1 year later. Erin's life took an unexpected turn that day. She found not only justice but also a second chance at happiness. If you were moved by Erin's story, please subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.